I have learned a lot and I have changed my mind on a few things, but this is one thing I absolutely will not change my mind on. Stay tuned. I'm Cristy Code Red, and you're listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle, where we believe food holds the power to heal or poison, and we believe our society has been misled regarding proper nutrition and weight loss. You're in the right place if you're looking for some straight up truth, because I'm here to shed light on the lies and brainwashing that has taken place over the past 5 decades. Thanks so much for listening. Welcome back to another episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. I'm your host, Cristy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer. And in this episode, I am going to deep dive. I always use that. I always say deep dive on every podcast. I'm sorry. I need to find another I need to find another phrase to use, but I'm going to deep dive a little more. I'm going to explain why there are so many things that we learn and we change our mind on through the course of our life, but this is not one of them. This is not one of them. It's like there are just some absolutes that I know to be true. I know that Jesus died on the cross for my sins. I know that he loves me. There are just some things that I know to be true. I know that there's nothing that'll ever separate me from the love of Christ. And this one that we're getting ready to talk about is one of those absolutes. As I cannot think of a scenario where this would be untrue. What am I talking about? The name of this podcast is My Answer Will Always Be the Same. And that is real food, water, and sleep. My answer will always be the same. It'll always boil down to real food, water, and sleep. Now, I've been in this industry since 1994, so I'm recording this in 2024, and it is 30 years this year that I got my first job at a gym. I started in the health and fitness industry in 1994. Now, I wasn't really making much of a difference, but I did start in the industry in 1994. That is the truth. I started cleaning gym mats and scrubbing gym toilets because I desperately wanted to learn how to bodybuild. I desperately wanted to understand fitness and working out and exercise. I didn't know it, but all I knew is that I wanted to be one of those really fit, muscular people. And I have learned over the course of 30 years, I've watched things come and go. I've watched diets come and go. Everything you can imagine, pills and shakes and different diets come and go. This is one of the most lucrative industries on the planet, is the weight loss industry and the health and fitness industry. One of the most lucrative. I think I would put it in the top 3. I mean, cancer is an awfully lucrative industry. There are others, but this is one of the top 3, in my opinion. One of the most lucrative industries, one of the most saturated industries is the weight loss industry. And the diet industry, and I've watched things come and go year after year, decade after decade. And we've learned a lot. Even from my first book, The Code Red Revolution, I have learned things. I mean, there are a couple things that I believed in that book that we no longer believe, because people grow and they change and they learn and they realize, oh, wow, I took a pretty hard stance on that. For example, vegetarian or vegan. I am strongly against it. I am strongly against removing animal proteins from your diet. Can you do Code Red with being vegetarian or vegan? Yes, of course. You can't cherry pick the program. However, you can't say, well, gosh, I'm removing so many things on the eat side of the list, so I'm going to add things back in from the do not eat list to supplement my diet. No. You don't get to do that. You don't get to add in grains just because you've limited yourself to just a few options of what you can eat on Code Red. We eat meat, vegetables, nuts, eggs, seeds, seafoods, and fat. So if you've eliminated meat and seafood and you only have a few options left, doesn't mean you can start adding in other things. That's your lot. Like, you've chosen to eliminate those. So you can't add in the highly inflammatory grains just because, and tofu, which is high in estrogen, and we don't want to add tofu to our diet. That's just. So yeah, you can do code red being vegetarian or vegan, but I'm strongly against removing animal protein from your diet. The studies have shown over the last 30 years, even just over the last 7 years since I wrote my first book, the studies have shown the detriment of removing animal protein from your diet. Now, of course, the industry doesn't want you to know this. Bill Gates does not want you to know this. They want to manufacture fake food. They want to manufacture fake meat, and they want to manufacture fake food. And they don't want you to eat animal protein anymore. They don't want you to eat fish and poultry and beef and lamb and bison and elk. They don't want you to eat any of that stuff. They want to control the food. I am strongly against what Bill Gates is doing. I'm strongly against a lot of things that Bill Gates believes in. I'm not a Bill Gates fan, and I'm not a Beyond Meat fan. I'm not an Impossible Burger fan. I'm not a fan of factory made meat that is not real meat, but it's made with a whole host of a whole long list of highly inflammatory, terrible factory ingredients that, I mean, this product is made in a lab, So I'm not a fan of removing animal protein from the diet. In the first Code Red Revolution book, I said it was fine. And I said that we believed in a more plant-based diet. I was wrong. We don't. And that's why I'm no longer printing that book. That book is whatever I have left is what's left in production. And I'm not going to reprint that book. I've got another book coming out that you'll soon hear about, depending on when you listen to this podcast. And that's going to be a more up-to-date book. But there are things over the years that I've learned and changed my mind on. This is not one of them. My answer will always be real food, water, and sleep. How could it not? How could you not believe in real food, water, and sleep? How could that in any way, shape, or form not be correct? Change my mind. Tell me a medical professional that is going to say, no, don't sleep. No, don't drink your water. Drink Diet Coke instead. No, have Pop-Tarts instead of and broccoli. No, have Hungry Man dinners instead of ribeye steak. No, don't eat an egg. No, have a caramel macchiato and cake pop for breakfast instead of eggs and bacon. I don't know any medical professional that's going to say that. It is something that pretty much we can all agree on. We can all agree on real food, water, and sleep. And no matter what age you are, the answer is real food, water, and sleep. No matter if you're pregnant, no matter if you have Alzheimer's, no matter what stage of life you're in or what you're dealing with, if you have cancer and you're going through radiation, what oncologist is going to say, don't drink water? What oncologist is going to say, eat real food? No, or don't eat real food. What are they, there's nobody out there that's going to say, no, have Hungry Man TV dinners full of processed chemicals instead of making your own food in your kitchen with real food. What oncologist is going to say, have Kellogg's cornflakes instead of eggs and bacon? There isn't one out there that's going to say that. That's going to say that the Arby's drive-thru is better than making a dinner yourself at home. There's nobody that's going to say that. So no matter what area, no matter what you're going through in your life, the answer is always real food, water, and sleep. Think about it. Your children. What pediatrician is going to suggest and encourage you to have happy meals to feed your kids chemically processed food over food made at home with ingredients grown from the earth and coming from animals? What pediatrician is going to say, no. Don't give your kid eggs and bacon and avocado for breakfast. Don't do it. It's terrible for you. Instead, give your kids powdered donuts and Fruit Loops. Perfectly fine. Loaded with sugar. there's plenty of protein in that. No, there's no protein in powdered donuts and Fruit Loops. There's no fat in there. There's no protein. It's all made in a factory. So it's not even real food. No pediatrician's going to say that. They're not. They're not going to say that. So the answer can be real food, water, and sleep no matter what. No matter if you're dealing with mental health issues and you're taking medication. We know that most mental health, most SSRI or other mental health medications are going to react better in the body when the body is eating a clean diet. We know this to be true. This is not controversial. We know that the medications, all medications, are going to be more effective if you have cleaned out highly inflammatory, ultra processed food from your diet and you're eating real food, food that we were created to eat. We know the medications are going to be more effective. I mean, but the industry is powerful. The food industry is powerful because if the government controls our food, they control everything. I mean, think about it. They control our food. If they can get us to eat food that they create, that's the ultimate control. So why would they preach that? Why would they encourage you to make food at home and to eat real food, food that you grow from a garden or that comes from an animal? What, that doesn't serve their purpose. That doesn't line their pockets with the most money. There is no money in healthy people. Healthy people makes a lot of sense, but they don't make a lot of dollars. And the lobbyists are powerful, and the industry is powerful. The sugar industry is powerful. The processed food industry is powerful, very powerful. And they have a lot of money and a lot of very good lawyers and a lot of great lab scientists that can create this substance that tastes like food and looks like food and smells like food, but it is not food. So you're not going to hear the truth, but use your brain. What in what scenario is that not going to be the best route? Real food, water, and sleep. I can't think of one. Pregnant ladies, the only reason I don't talk about pregnancy more is because it's a liability. It's just a liability. It's just opening me up for a lawsuit. But think about it, pregnant ladies. Think about it, nursing moms. What's going to be the best for your milk production? What's going to be the best, most nourishing uh, nutrients that you can give your baby through your milk supply? Real food. Do you honestly think it's giving your baby the best possible milk when you eat, Pop Tarts for breakfast? Do you honestly think when you have Domino's pizza at night that the next morning when you go to feed your baby or at 2 o'clock in the morning when you go to nurse your baby, all that food, all the inflammatory oils, all that chemically processed, all those high carbs, everything coming through your milk supply, is that going to be the best for your baby? I have never given birth to babies before. I have children. You guys know this. I've been open about the fact that I was an egg donor about 15 years ago, and I do have children out there. They have contacted me. It's super exciting. I love it. I have a relationship with them, and it's great. And they're funny. The kids all look like me too. It's really great. I know this is the first time some of you guys are hearing about this, and you're freaking out. What? Yeah, I was an egg donor about 15 years ago. I think that my donor eggs helped 4 families, from what I understand, and all healthy kids and wonderful kids. And they're right around 13, 15 years old, maybe a little younger. I haven't met all of them yet. So I've never actually grown a baby in my uterus. I have never given birth to a child. But I will tell you this. I can probably say this safely, legally. If I was going to have a baby and grow a baby in my own body, I would 100% give that baby every opportunity that he or she could by giving them nutritious food through my milk supply. Why not start that baby off on the right foot? That baby can screw up his or her own life later on down the road, but it's not going to be on my watch. Okay. If I got control over the kid's milk supply and the kid's control over the kid's food, I'm going to give that child the most nutrient dense food I can. So when is it ever okay to choose Kellogg's cornflakes over eggs and bacon? Use your brain. Does this sound like it's a better option to you for your milk supply, ladies? No. We have heard of women that are on an animal based diet having better labor, better delivery, better placenta, better afterbirth, better milk supply, fewer stretch marks, bouncing back faster after having a baby, fewer complications, uh, less bleeding, all kinds of benefits from a mom that is sticking with an animal based diet, and a real food, a diet that we were created to eat, as opposed to chemically processed ultra junk food. Now, I'm not judging you ladies for your cravings. Sometimes you guys like pickles and ice cream, the famous pickles and ice cream. And that's I understand that your hormones are completely out of whack and it takes a full year after you give birth to for your hormones to return to baseline. And we need to remember this about ladies that are giving birth, and this is the most beautiful wonderful thing that a woman can go through. It really is, and I believe it, even though I chose at an early age to never actually have my own kids, like that. Of course, like I said, donor eggs, but I still am such a fan of it. I'm so proud of the moms out there, even the ones that have unplanned babies. I'm even the ones that have the babies, give them up for adoption. I am so incredibly proud of you. You are wonderful moms, and I have so much respect for you. And I got to be careful when I say this because it's like, you don't know. But don't you think? I mean, we have studies that show that hormones regulate better when these ladies are eating a clean diet with real food, water, and sleep. I'm not going to comment on the sleep part because newborns, I mean, that whole thing, that's a whole different video for a different day. And that needs to come from someone else. Because when it comes to sleeping and when it comes from healing your body and when it comes to sleeping and healing your body after birth and trying to get through those first few months of nursing and up all night and your sleep schedule and stuff, I just don't have the expertise to talk about this. So I'm not going to. But the answer will always be real food, water, and sleep. For ladies that are pregnant, for ladies that are nursing, for men dealing with Alzheimer's, for men dealing with Lou Gehrig's disease, for kids, for your 10-year-old in softball, for your person dealing with cerebral palsy, for muscular dystrophy, for a growing, for anybody with Down syndrome. This is always going to be the answer. Real food, water, and sleep will always be the answer. And I cannot ever see myself changing my mind on that. I can't ever see a scenario where we would say drinking water is bad for you. Now, there are parts of the country where you need to filter your water. We're not going to get into that. But still, the body is 70% fluid. We need the water, guys. There's never a scenario where you need Diet Coke or you need caramel macchiatos or you need Red Bulls over pure water. There's never a scenario where you need to be up all night long and that's better for you than getting a full night's sleep and an 85 sleep score. That I just can't think of it. There are scenarios where that happens, but it's not the better choice. I will always come around to real food, water, and sleep. It's based around real food, water, and sleep. I was just at my physical therapy appointment this morning. You guys know I'm dealing with this horrible, horrible pain in my hamstrings, where my hamstrings attach to my pelvis. And right there, it's like an ischial or a hamstring tendonitis, and it's absolutely excruciating pain. I can't walk very well. I cannot run. I have been able to run for 3 months so far. I'm doing these aggressive treatments. I'm getting aggressive deep tissue massage. I've got an MRI scheduled. I mean, that's really, really painful. It's plaguing me every day. I got a new physical therapist right downtown here because my last one was out in Caldwell, and that was a 40-minute drive for me. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. And I got to walk to this one here that I went to this morning. And she has a doctorate. I liked her so much. Her name is Amy. I liked her so much. Right off the bat, we got along great. And she loved Hazel. Hazel went to the appointment with me. And we were talking and she said, "What do you do?" I said, "I own Code Red," which I was a little surprised that a local person didn't hear about Code Red because almost all the people in Boise know who Code Red is. And she said, what is it?" I said, "It's weight loss. I teach people how to lose weight without shakes, pills, diet foods, or exercise." And of course she did what everybody does. She did this. And those of you listening, it was this confused look on her face. What? I said it's based around real food, water, and sleep. And of course, the confused look still remained there on her face. I said, and I kept going because she didn't say anything. She was shocked. And I said, I teach people I can get 10% of someone's body weight off per month with real food, water, and sleep, just as much as bariatric surgery. And she was like, "That's crazy." And I was like, "It's true." And she goes, "Well, I need you." They all say that. And I laughed, because I'm not gonna push that. I mean, I think I said, "Yeah, we have a challenge starting, next week or something, because we have one about every other month." 10poundtakedown.com if you want to check that out and join us. And it's just so hard for people to wrap their head around. Even somebody that's highly intelligent, a physical therapist with a doctorate degree, someone who's highly respected, highly trained, highly intelligent, they just can't believe what? Real food, water, and sleep? What? Without shakes, pills, diet foods, or exercise? What? Come on. What? It's always going to be my answer. And it's going to be a confusion among people. They just can't believe it because there's no money in this. There's no money in real food, water, and sleep. The money is catering to the people. The money is providing diets to people. The money is the shots, the semaglutide. The money is in the gym memberships. And I'm not dogging on the gym. You guys know I love the gym. The money is in the shakes. The money is in the pills. The money is in the diet foods. The money is in Nutrisystem, delivering packaged food to your house. It's $600 a month. That's where the money is. They are all too happy to accommodate you. They are all too happy to continue to make it to where you need their food and you do not know how to eat outside of that packaged food. They're all too happy to put tons of preservatives in their food to where they will keep for a long, long time. They're all too happy to accommodate you, so you don't have to think. You just act like a robot. We at Code Red, we want to teach you the nature of the trap. We want to teach you how to cook, how to shop, how to survive if it's at a greasy truck stop in the middle of Des Moines or if it's at a C-store down in Alabama. You need to be able to find real food, water, anywhere you go. You need to be able to get your sleep, whether you're in a hotel room or whether you're staying at your mother-in-law's house. How can we do this? How can we teach you long-term sustainable success? We know how to do that. That's what I'm interested in. I'm not just interested in selling you a pill to where you just keep coming back for more. We do sell supplements on Code Red. They are magnesium and vitamin D3, and they're different things to help support you if you're going through certain things to help fill a void that could be in your life. You don't have to have them. It's not, it doesn't determine whether you're successful in your weight loss. Of course, if you have magnesium and you take it at night, then it's going to possibly help you sleep better, and that's going to help you lose weight. So those are the kind of things that I think about when I think about the supplements. When I say no pills, no weight loss pills, no weight loss pills. So I just can't think of a scenario. I have gone through this in my head over and over and over. And I can't think of a scenario where the answer would not be real food, water, and sleep. It'll always boil down to that. And to my haters, let me tell you, you can go and you can hate on me because I called you out, or you can go to a different program because they let you have cheat meals, or whatever bull crap you want to tell yourself, and whatever kind of excuse you want to give yourself. I hate Cristy, and you gain back 60 pounds, you gain back your weight, you gain back 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 60 pounds, 100 pounds. To my haters, let me say, I don't care what you call it, but you're all gonna come back. You're all going to come back to real food, water, and sleep. I don't care if you don't come back to Code Red, but you will all come back to real food, water, and sleep. The bullcrap that you're trying right now is not going to work if it's not based in real food, water, and sleep. It's not going to work. You can go with the pills, you can go with the shakes, you can go with what your cousin is doing, you can go with what your pastor's wife is doing. But if you don't base your weight loss in real food, water, and sleep, it will not work. Call it what you want. You don't even have to say I'm back to Code Red, but you're going to have to come back around and accept that real food, water, and sleep is the answer. however you want to shake it, however you want to paint it, however you want to say it. When ain't nobody listening and in the quiet of your own home, you know I'm right, haters. You know I'm right. That's why Code Red continues to thrive, even with my haters, because I see a lot of names coming through my program that are people who dogged me online, people who trashed me online, and they're back because real food, water, and sleep wins out every single time. Code Red wins out every time. Meat, vegetables, nuts, eggs, seeds, seafoods, and fat. You try to cherry pick my program because you're trying to mix a little bit of mine, a little bit of your keto group from church, a little bit of what your neighbor's wife said when you guys are standing out at the mailbox, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's not going to work. I mean, I guess probably it will work, but stick with the program. Call it what you want. Whatever you do has got to be based around real food, water, and sleep. Because I don't know a scenario where Diet Coke is the best option for you. I don't know a scenario where you're going to thrive on phentermine pills. I don't know a scenario where you're going to thrive on Ozempic shots. I don't know a scenario where you're going to thrive on having Nutrisystem deliver meals to your house. Eventually, it all comes out in the wash. And it's all going to boil down to real food, water, and sleep. And my answer will never change. It will never change on that. Call it what you want. But whatever you choose has got to be based in real food, water, and sleep. Because those are our biggest problems. Our biggest problems, we're not sleeping. We're chronically sleep deprived. We're chronically dehydrated. We're drinking things. They're just not, it's not water. It's crap that does our health no good. And we're in the drive-through way too much. We're ordering Uber Eats way too much. We're ordering pizza way too much. We're eating Costco samples way too much. We're eating Costco hot dogs and hamburger and pizzas way too much. Real food. Real food means real food. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. My answer will always be the same. It's never going to change, guys. Not from real food, water, and sleep. I might change a little bit here or there, different things I might say. I might change my wording. I might change a few thoughts here and there. Real food, water, and sleep, that'll never change. Take care, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. If you are looking for some hardcore accountability to get and keep this weight off, look no further because I've got VIP Connection. This is the ultimate connection to me, just short of me sleeping on your couch. You're going to get 3 daily messages from me in real time directly to you. You're going to submit your weight every Friday. We're going to go over it in a weekly meeting on Sunday nights, and I'm going to give you feedback. You'll have access to a monthly VIP breakfast with me in Boise, a monthly VIP supplement box, access to any workshop, any PDF promo that I hold for that month. You'll have access to the Ringside membership. And best of all, you'll have a fully customized nutrition program written just for you. We're talking about over $3,000 total value for $397 a month, and you can cancel anytime. Go to coderedlifestyle.com/VIP to check that out.